welcome. In this video, I am going to be bringing Thanos out again in terms of focusing in on socialization. And this is day 12 of the 2-week board and train. Thanos has come along very well, just considering again the level at which he was reacting to other dogs. So during this process, he's gotten lots of exposure to other dogs the right way, okay, by way of intercepting the state of mind, by way of advocating, bringing him into a follower role. And so on this video, that again is going to be the focus. Again, considering the transitioning him into a home environment with other dogs. Again, this continues to be the main focus. So here in this video, again, I have Polly out here in her helper role. She's been a great help for this 2 weeks. And so in this video, again, continuing to increase expectations. That's the whole focus. So when I bring him out, again, I'm going to be moving around a little bit at first. Then I'm going to be having Polly have some freedom. I'm going to let her move around. And then I'm going to be, this time I have my chair out here so I can kind of relax. So this can be, again, a picture of the home environment in terms of hanging out. And again, this can even be done with dogs as individuals and then together. But what we're doing here is advocating Thanos to go into a down position as Polly's moving around, to advocate, get him to relax. As I'm relaxing, but again, I'm relaxing, but I'm still advocating leadership, okay? So again, I'll be sitting here, I'm going to be putting him into a down, I want him just to relax. And so this is a really great exercise that I really advocate for people I work with in terms of what the home picture kind of looks like. As you begin to advocate more freedom, is expectations. You want the dog to connect with you the right way, but in terms of control, is the reasonable expectations for to be sitting on a chair or the couch, to be watching television, a movie, on the computer, whatever, and having the dog at your feet, not up on top of the couch, at your feet, not on your feet either, at your feet, but in terms of a follower role. So again, interacting with, so bringing influence into the equation. So say you bringing Thanos into a down, advocating that, and as again to affirm it for a period of time. Could be at first a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes, but then building up for an hour, or watching a movie an hour and a half, and just for the dog to be laying on the floor, relaxed, not investing, not expressing control. And that's going to be helpful to begin to think more about freedom, total freedom that way, working towards. So it's all about building bridges that way. So here's the same thing. I'll be bringing Thanos out. But again, when I bring Thanos out, I just don't move right into that initially, based on where we're currently at. Okay, still working on this. Again, I'm going to lay the foundation and move around on the leash so I can be really proactive. And then I'm going to begin to think about taking Polly out. And then from that point, again, I'll move into my position with sitting down in the chair, getting him into a down position, and just spending a few minutes getting him just to relax. That's the best picture, that's the best way to do it. So I bring him out, and we're going to go into this exercise here. Again, same thing, comes out here. Turn him around right away. Now let's say he's a little wet. I just gave him a nice bath. He actually enjoyed the bath. So I gave him a really nice bath. So he's smelling really. He's smelling he's smelling a little bit like oatmeal right now. It's an oatmeal scent. So, but he enjoyed his little bath. So he's still a little wet. And so here, same thing. Notice I came out. I turned right around. And so again, same thing. I want to start this exercise off so that he is starting to relax right here. And how you can tell is whether he's just do his body language, whining just a little bit here. Of course, he knows what I'm going to be doing. So, but not extreme protest or anything like that. Now from here, same thing rule applies. You can put him into a down. See how I'm doing that? I'm locking my shoulder in. Very agreeable to go into the down. That was absolutely fantastic. Still whining a little bit, which is normal, again, based on where we're at. Comes back up once. He doesn't like to be there a whole lot. I'm going to advocate the down again. Now, if he's a little reluctant to do the down, again, notice how I'm moving the leash here a little bit. I can put a little bit of pressure on, influence on him at the same time. See just how I kind of work his mind. He's back into the down. I just want him to relax here for a minute. I don't want him popping up on his own. I want to be the one that initiates that. So just want a moment here before I start to move. Because again, if you go too fast, you want a certain level of relaxation, everything will start to unravel. So you want, again, there's no rush here to do this, because this speeds it up. Okay, this will help you meet your goals quicker. So I'm just letting them relax. Sit. So this time again, under my control, I brought him up. Okay, it's always about who's in control. Understand, this is like a power play. Understand that. This is why if he goes down his own, it'd be very agreeable to do it on his own. But as soon as you start to push on his back, right, he's going to resist. I encourage people to think about that. Does that even make sense? Because if you're pushing a certain way, he knows the intent. It's not because he doesn't understand, it's because about control, right? So now we start moving with him. Again, same thing as before. When I move with him, I'm going to be using angles here. So right away he wants to turn a little bit towards Polly. Not so severe, because again, I'm doing the same thing all the time with every dog that comes out. He protests a little bit because he knows this is the expectation. Again, taking my time. Same thing. I'll put him into another down. More agreeable this time. Same thing coming up. Now that's where, again, if the dog's popping up a lot, wants to pop up really quick, I'll intercept that even. I'll firm it. I'll cut it off at the pass. Sit. Move again. Same thing, notice here there's a little bit of an offset angle, right? So I just want to work at an angle for a period of time, because it gives me a better picture as to how much he's trying to pivot. Because now he's going to try to pivot his head. If it's straight on at all, he gets fulfilled, and the dog can be building up, you're not even realizing it. So here, this reveals what's going on based on, again, being an X right here. See how I'm kind of, same thing here. His head starting to turn. I'm buckling them. So once his head turns, I buckle it, I buckle it, I buckle it. Just knowing where that line is in terms of how he's, whether he's relying. I want him just to relax. It's just being out here close to Polly, but communicating through the method that I'm in control. Again. Same thing, just going to let him out. Same thing, really close to her here. Take my time. I'm going to do a down right here in a moment. Same thing, I start to push on his back. I want him into a down. Even here, I don't want him sniffing that floor. I want him to relax. So there, you notice you want to invest. I don't want a dog investing. I don't want them starting to use their nose. I want him just to flatten out, relax. Doing really well. Again, my first trip around, I'm going to let her out here in a moment. Sit. Comes up too, it'll sit. Always paying attention to what he's doing up here. Moving. See how I'm working? See how I'm working this angle here? Be right here. See the little offset angle? So, it shows, reveals a level of investment, because right here he's got to swim, see, he's got to turn his head. I'm not going to let that happen, not until I know that a look is just going to be a look based on how he's responding to the method by way of control. Okay, it's all about how a dog is, how their mind's trying to push through it, at what level he's trying to push through what I'm doing. Once he stops pushing through and he starts to really relax, then I'll know I can start to give him more freedom. I don't have to be so much about intercepting. So I'm going to move with him here, same thing. I'm going to get by near her, and let her out. Same thing, wants to turn around a little bit. This is where, again, this moment here when he knows he's free, right? He's going to give you a little bit of a battle. Nothing too crazy. But again, using the choke chains up high in his neck. I'm in motion, but I'm still applying influence here. Same thing. She's free. Because I'm going to think about getting around. Now I'm going to get around to my chair where I can start to advocate getting him into a down. She's just hanging out. But she's ready. If I need to call her closer, whatever, she's all about that. So here, my next movement's going to be, I'm going to be getting over near the chair here. I'm going to put him into a down. He's a big dog, so I'm not going to have him in front so I can control him a little better. Same thing here. I'll bring him over. He wants to the best. See that? See that? Wanted to reach out with his paws there. Wanted to make some contact. Didn't happen. This is where I'm going to put him into a down. I'm going to tap at the same time. Now I'm going to get him a little closer to me here. He can be a little closer. This is all right. But same thing. Notice how his paws, see his paws wanting to go out there. Wasn't trying to bite her, but wanted to make some contact. Right? So same thing. I didn't let it happen because it's not, again, he's not ready for that. Because he wants to control. So understand that at this point, he might interact with Polly, not trying to hurt her or anything, but the fact is, he's that dog that if you let, again, several dogs interact, but the problem is that, once the dog fights start, the problem's a lot more severe than you even realize. Okay, understand, it's about appearances. So, he could interact with her, and the interactions look okay from the appearance of things, and look like, she'll be very submissive, but he's gaining control through that. But that's the important thing to understand. So, by letting him go and assuming things from appearances typically aren't very helpful at all because you're actually building up to empowering him even more. So, because all of the human. So here, once he's agreeable to how I'm interacting with him based on how he's trying to connect, once he starts to really release it, then I can think about it. But then, even though he's going to, it's all about hierarchy, even though he'll have position over her, it isn't going to be based on empowerment and as a supply source. Okay, that's the difference. Based on what's established through me. So understand, this is very individualized, has to be very specific because it pivots from me and then connects to everything else. So this is why you just don't want a dog to flow into a group or connect with a person without first putting the pitch to the test, but not just putting it to the test to reveal what's really happening, but also through change, through the method itself, through these interactions. That's the only way to establish it, to make sure. So right here, all I'm doing here is I want just like he's doing now, I want relaxation. She's free. She can come out. Polly, come. Polly, come here. Polly, come. Now, if he moves, now I'm paying attention to him. So I want her to move around a little bit. Polly, Polly. So same thing. He comes up really fast. Now put it back into it down. But we'll talk about this because it's interesting here too. is that, and you'll see it with dogs, you'll see it with cats, is that even though he's in a down position right now, you see how quickly his head's swiveling? Even though he's in a down position, the position itself isn't always representative that he's where he needs to be up here mentally, okay, in terms of control. So this is why Polly, even though I'm calling her out, she senses that. So she doesn't want to get too comfortable over here yet because she still senses that he's still holding a level. He's gotten a lot better, but she's saying, I'm not ready to get too close here yet. I'm going to call her over here again. Polly, come. Polly, come. But see what he did? As soon as he heard me call her name, now I'm going to get a little assertive with him because this is helpful for him because it's the same thing. So when he heard her name, it's like that jealousy thing, right? As soon as he heard her name, right, he wanted to get involved. Same thing. Polly, come. Polly, come here. But see how reluctant she is. Polly, come here. Polly, come here. So now I'm switching right here to him. If he tries to pop up, I'm going to intercept it again. Because for him, that down is kind of like still being at the runner's gait, ready to leap forward, okay? Very deceptive. So sometimes you look at, Thanos, this is why you want to spend the time because now there's a good sign. Now what I'm looking for, his legs starting to go out a little bit more. He started to relax more. So you have to look at his body posturing too. Because sometimes you look at his, he's so big that you can't always go by how his paws are going. You have to, there's other things to look for, whether or not he's really starting to pancake and relax. And that comes to just spending the time, because you want him to take a big breath. It's almost like you want him to relax and let the breath open. Okay, that's what this is about. And so I'm going to take another minute here. Because this is just what the picture looks like. This is about me. I'm in control. He knows that. Polly's, within the area here. I'm hanging out. But this is what needs to happen. The other dog